This is me doing Dada Max Ernst. Lon Deal, he's here. Lon from Hunting Lodge. Awesome industrial noise band. Not just straight up noise. They had rhythm and they were talented musicians. They did. They even had Graham from SPK put out one of their records. But I don't know. I just thought the idea of like a wayward monk on a rotting steed would be funny. You know, he's on the path to somewhere and he's going to step on this little like civet's house. So the civet's like dry humping the horse, and he's just like, he's a monk, so God's going to give him a hand. But the hand is a giant pufferfish being thrown at your head like a Monty Python skit, you know, and he'll knock you off the horse, and then you can walk on your way, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know what it's about. I just made this shit, you know. Oh, yeah, that was for Hunting Lodge. Yeah, they did a booklet, and we actually printed this on an offset. They had a nice varnish on there with their SM operations label coming down the back there that was like invisible, but that was just some little girl, you know, for a patterns book cutting, you know, paper dolls, and I thought, my God, it could be like a horrible god, you know, elder god making, you know, souls, cutting up souls, you know, like they had a record called Nomad Souls. I don't know, it's something like that. I don't know what it means. I just made shit. I don't really know. Yeah, Raggedy Man. I don't know. Did a lot of stuff. It didn't look as I did a bad scan, so you got all this bad you know, double scan patterns there. But yeah, it was like Happy Raggedy Ann guy there, his stuffed head. I don't know. Yeah, they were on that last flyer with the Minutemen. It was like 5-6 years ago. I was at People's Records over by Peterborough and Woodward. And there was this guy in there, and he had like his whole entourage, and they were like talking to people. And I had some photos I was giving Brad. So I had one of, what's his name, Mr. Superfly soundtrack, to Curtis Mayfield. And it was when he was still with his original band, you know. And this guy was super into it. Oh, my God, that's amazing. And I'm like, here, you can have it. I got two, you know. And he's like, oh, we played a show here a long time ago at a hall, and this, you know, with this band, Hunting Lodge, were great. And this guy showed this really creepy movie, man. It was a guy like in the 60s, like a 60s commercial for like shaving cream, and he kept like lathering up and shaving over and over. And it's a real sterile, antiseptic, like white porcelain sink and the chromium. And he's looking in the mirror and he shaves and shaves until finally he just like cuts his throat. And I'm like, oh, I showed that film. It was like, it was Martin Scorsese's student film, and it was like, and it turned out it was Mike Watt, you know, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I made the flyer. I'll send you a scan of the flyer, but I got his address and I never did, because if he wanted a Xerox of it, I sent him a Xerox in the mail. That's how I work, you know.